This is the fucking valley.
Valley.
This
Hello.
ain't H-Wood.
This ain't
Sir.
This ain't Los Feliz. This ain't Silver Lake. No.
This is the motherfucking valley.
This is Studio City.
City.
This is Encino. Oh yeah.
This is Sherman fucking Oaks. Shokes, as I like to call it.
Old Chokes where they are seen.
Old Shokes.
Bethany broke up with her BF. Confirmed.
Bethany Frankel.
Yeah.
Shocking that they lasted this long.
He was a good one. At least in looks.
She is just such a goddamn yapper. It's like, how do you...
I saw a video last night. Someone posted a video of an old Snapchat series of her and Carol when they were friends in the Hamptons getting a Carvel to open up late night. And like they were like giddy and Bethany was screaming.
Better days.
And someone put a Lana song over it. And I was like, you guys were a little...
They were lesbian.
They were.
The kind of like falling out that they had is incredibly lesbian coded to me.
Yeah.
Where it's
like
just like
emotionally intense.
Emotionally intense, and then somehow like the vibes are weird, but you feel like really hurt, but you like don't understand like what went wrong. And Carol kind of gray rocked her a bit.
Weren't they like best friends?
Yeah, but then Bethany didn't make it any better because she got like fixated and like wouldn't let it the fuck go and started acting like a true blue psychopath.
But then Carol upped the ante when she and Cassandra Gray, talking about Gray Rock, took to Instagram Live to like shred Bethany. I mean, that was funny. But it was also
I
like...
just love the cattiness.
I was like...
I love the drama.
Cassandra Gray should be on Housewives.
One could only pray
And then we get
to
Sam
Paimon. That would be...
Are they still together?
Yeah. Crucial lesbianism.
Have Samron like with the other like with the husbands.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Excuse me. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills needs a DJ. They need their James Kennedy.
Samron.
And Samron could do that.
The ultimate DJ.
And she's British, no?
She's like...
They're like...
Her parents are British, but they were raised in New York.
But don't they have like kind of vaguely something of an accent?
They just sound really like proper.
Mm-hmm.
She's a twin.
They need a James Kennedy.
She's a twin.
I know.
That family they're like my royal family. Because then they have
their hands in everything.
And then she's sisters with the girl
Annabelle.
Yeah.
And Mark.
No, I know that, but there's like a whole other like side of like half siblings. They have like they're like a huge...
They're really dynasty vibes.
They are. Annabelle's really blown up.
From Succession?
Mm-hmm.
What's she in now?
She was on AHS.
Wow.
Delicate with Kim Kardashian.
I tried my best to get into a place of Delicate, and it just wasn't going to happen for me. But with love and light to the team.
Travis Kelce has been cast in a Ryan Murphy show.
Really?
Called Grotesserie. I'm like...
It's like about Saw.
How likely is it that Travis will be able to pronounce that?
Is he just going to be like slicing meats?
I don't know.
Is it like rotisserie? They need to really just...
It's giving delicatessen.
They need to stop. I mean, I think enough, right? With
enough.
AHS. Can we just move on?
Oh, grotesquerie.
Grotesquerie?
Grotesquerie.
Is it like Sweeney Todd?
Let me look.
Good for him.
No, I mean, it was inevitable.
It was only a matter of time before he becomes like a movie star.
Yeah. Grotesquerie.
Do you think Joe Alwyn is like, what the fuck?
There's no information about grotesquerie. Who knows? Anyway.
We'll never know until it's just upon us.
Love and light to...
But do you think Joe Alwyn is like, what the fuck?
He's like, I went to the Royal Academy.
He's like, I am an actor. I've been like trying to be an actor for so long. And then now this.
He doesn't have Travis's swag.
He really doesn't.
Sorry.
He's a boring ass bitch.
He kind of is.
He did that, not us.
Yeah.
We're just here to report the facts.
You couldn't handle her stardom.
He certainly couldn't.
Travis?
He wanted like to be in like Bedfordshire on the 19. Like
Travis can.
Travis can, and he loves it.
His big old dick.
I know. Picks her up, throws her over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes, dicks her down.
And then goes on, I gotta go to set to grotesquerie.
She goes, "Are you ready for grotesquerie today?"
She'll do a cameo.
She writes a song called like Rotisserie.
I actually trust that he's a better actor than she ever could be. Whenever she's been in stuff, I'm like, get her out of here. I'm literally like, she's
too much of a public figure to be a true actor.
She's tried.
In The Giver.
She was in The Giver. She was in that new Russell.
I disengaged. David O. Russell.
David O. Russell movie.
About like top hats.
And she was in Valentine's Day.
I disengaged.
There's a few people where I'm like I can accept Harry Styles in a movie.
Same.
He's not like, but he turns it out a little. I can't accept Taylor.
Well, I feel like she won't let anyone stray from her like aesthetic that she presents.
Well, in The Giver, she was
crawling on the ground.
She was like, you know, their fashion was very like Hunger Games, District 12, dressed kind of barefoot with like a brown wig.
No.
I don't know. Travis, though, I can see it.
Yeah. Sure.
Grotesquerie it is. I'll be watching.
Mm-hmm. You'll watch?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I'll watch Grotesquerie. I'll say, let's put on Grotesquerie,
like,
babe.
Where are you gonna draw? Where are you gonna draw the line?
My threshold for what I watch is pretty fucking low.
It's a shonking.
It's so low that it's now high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for your journey into the land of
Grotesquerie. Cardi B is in hot water.
Why?
She fucked up pretty. She was on the red carpet. She didn't know who the designer's name of her tremendous dress. She wore that giant.
Who was it?
He's a Chinese designer. And in the clip, she's being interviewed. And she said, the designer's name is Sensen Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And she said in the clip, it's an amazing designer and he's Asian.
Okay.
But she didn't know who it was, clearly. And then the Vogue director, Gilbert Chi, said that he commented, for the record and recognition and no thanks to Cardi B, the designer of her gown is Sensen Lee, who's Chinese. The gown took 2 months to make. I personally think it's boring and not even on theme, but she chose it and should have at least remembered his name and not just that he's Asian.
Fair.
I was like, that's the last invite she's going to get.
I didn't really understand that gown, like just showing up like an ink blot. Like
you know you're supposed to
don't you like work with the people?
Yeah,
like haven't you like at the very least been CC'd on an email?
That was dumb of her. Like
why go then if you're like not gonna be?
Just say the name. Be like, I worked with him. He's this amazing designer. He's from China. Like we worked together for 2 months. Like just have your. I know. Like and then she posted a response to it and then deleted it where she said, I had a lot on my mind. But I'm just like, okay. You have bare minimum for these celebrities.
One sentence that you have to learn.
Just know if you're not standing with the designer, which they make it pretty easy for most of them because the designer's like with them.
Right there, yeah.
Or they're with other people who are wearing the same thing and then can be like, but if you're going to choose someone that's like maybe not as well known and that's someone that worked that hard on this gigantic dress, which...
Don't you have to have fittings with the designer?
I think so. I mean, I don't know how it works, but you have one job. Say the name! Say the correct name. You've been at this... She's been at it for a while now.
I'm just really confused. You literally... The one thing you have to do when you go to the Met Ball is say one sentence. You have to know 3 facts. And you have to start at the bottom of the stairs and walk up. And that's it.
And not sound glibly racist in the meantime. Like, you just say the designer's name.
Just say it.
He's amazing. Everyone should look him up. Like, that's all she had to say. I'll find the clip. It was pretty, because I feel like she's always pretty good. I don't know. Hold on.
Amazing. It's this amazing designer. They're Asian and everything. So yeah.
But do you feel amazing? Idiots. Everyone's like a fucking moron. I'm sorry, but like, imagine getting asked these questions. But do you feel like?
I feel great.
Yeah, I'm here at the Met Ball.
So rich.
Yeah, I'm incredibly wealthy. People want to work 2 months on a dress to put it on me, and I'm going to walk up these stairs.
People are carrying me up the stairs because my dress doesn't fit. Like, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these, like.
But how amazing is it?
What's the story of this? What's your fashion story? It's like, don't ask me that.
But do you feel amazing?
I love them being like, knowing that she just fucked up, and then being like, but do you feel amazing? Rewarding her. Love that.
I love they're Asian. Okay.
What?
Can't you just have a person? Don't you have a person there that can just
think
take you
so.
Like,
Shocking. I thought that the Vogue director's response was pretty. Like, personally, I think it's boring.
Yeah, I wasn't moved, but also Nikki looked. I didn't like her dress either. Also,
I feel like Hunter Schafer wore something really similar to that. Like,
was Hunter there?
No, which I'm like, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Kim's look. Her organs. Pray for Kim's organs. Kim has not had a good week.
Kim literally.
Do you know she was wearing shoes with no backs on it?
Yeah, because they didn't want it to step on the back of the dress. She teeter-tottered in there,
she was
barely breathing. She looked like she was under duress.
She looked like a fish outside, like flapping on like a pier.
I said this on Too Niche, but I'll just say it the fuck again.
Did you do a Met Ball recap?
We just like briefly went over some stuff. But I'm like, we know that you need to be really skinny. Like, we get that you need to have like the smallest waist in the world. Like, I understand that about her. Like, she's done it time and time again. We understand, like, you've documented now 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
You get it, like, squeezing yourself and squeezing a corset tight. Like, I understand your urge to like
squeeze.
Body morph and to squeeze. You should pick a new vibe. Maybe you don't have to squeeze, or you could just squeeze halfway and you don't need to squeeze to like this.
She was going like that.
She went.
Was that on all night like that?
It can't be. I think they'd squeeze you for the red carpet, and then you teeter totter,
and then they go,
and you go.
She went like this. I thought I literally was watching her going, oh no, she's not gonna live. She went.
If you can only serve like a good picture, but you can't serve good video, you've taken it too far. Because the picture, she looks like beautiful, and then you see a video and she's like this.
And she had that like shawl, cardigan. She went. And they were asking her questions, and she like literally couldn't even remember anything.
Yeah, because she squeezed all the oxygen. Like she's literally like has no blood going to her brain. What did she say? She's like, she goes, here we are at the Met Ball.
Everyone was just having full hypoxia that night. Cardi B was sounding like a fucking idiot. Kim was gasping for air like a fish on the bank of a lake.
Literally suffered like brain damage after like cutting off circulation.
And then the next day she was in Germany speaking at some like, I'm like,
she's just jet setting.
And
the day before that she was at the roast.
I know. And then she gets booed at the roast. She squeezes it to a point of hypoxia at the Met Ball. And the next day and then someone in the crowd went, free Palestine during her talk. And then Kim went, free everyone.
Okay.
It's like, Kim, go into hiding.
It's time for hiding.
It's time for a place.
Chris said we can't see more.
Yeah.
We're going to need you to go underground. But doesn't her show come out soon?
She went, free everyone. Free
Okay.
everyone. Free speech. I was like,
Okay, totally.
I'm like, she still has brain
She went,
damage.
I'm here to give a speech. I love. I
They
was
were
like,
like-
this is weird. It's weird that you keep.
They're
doing
like,
this.
Cardi, who's your designer? I don't know. Kim, how are you feeling tonight?
Tony does not like Kim's gas.
She
last
sounded like
gasp.
Suspiria.
She was Suspiria.
Death
Do you think
rattle.
she'll come back? She's
Next year
giving-
she's gonna be eating tinier.
But when I was young, I had a fascination with the Guinness Book of World Records. Like, it was one of my favorite books because it just like
Gay. That's somehow lesbian coded. No?
deep lesbian behavior. I was like, what's this year's gonna be? I need the records. And because they always had like weird physical ones.
Yeah.
Like, I loved like world's tiniest man, like world's tallest
Yeah.
man. And they always had like world's smallest waist. And it was like a woman.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember? And her
yeah.
waist was like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
It's ghastly.
It's ghastly.
It's
And that's-
horrible.
Kim is like coming to snatch the world record holders. Next year she's gonna come like this.
She's gonna be one year. She's just gonna be miniaturized.
It's not. It's unwell
No,
behavior.
it's so disturbing. It's like, and I'm like,
I
I'm
like
not
her.
I like Kim. I'm not a Kim hater at all. But I was like, I'm
you could
worried
just
for partial
partial squeeze. You don't
squeeze. Everyone
you
has
can
to squeeze a little
to like just a little, but you don't need to squeeze to like the point of death.
to the point of
She'll die on the red carpet.
she will. But honestly,
her
that's,
final Met Gala will be getting squeezed to death on the middle of the red carpet.
But isn't that what?
And
maybe
everyone
she-
will go, do you feel amazing? But do you feel amazing? Having to bring like reporter energy to the function is truly a curse.
How do you feel in this dress?
How are you doing today? Are you feeling amazing? But like, is it incredible? But like, describe how amazing it is. It's like, literally
Wow! No, we heard it here. You heard it right here.
having to be like, you're cursed for that.
Yeah.
You need to be psychologically evaluated if you're a reporter.
I've done that, and I needed to be. Tell me about your journey.
You're like, you're wearing a hat. Does it feel great? Ah, that's amazing.
Oh, your waist.
Your waist is pretty tiny. How does it feel?
Her liver was like in her lung. Like
Her liver was coming out of her mouth. She went, "Ah," and her liver was like, help me. The feminine
Can you imagine
urge.
how like pain she probably felt?
Yes. She probably broke a rib.
The feminine urge.
The
to
feminine urge to
squeeze.
squeeze yourself to death.
I told you that I had a Guinness book always, and I
My
ripped,
goodness.
my Guinness Book of World Record book. I ripped out when I was like coming of age, and all the boys had like posters of girls on their wall. I took a Guinness of Heidi Klum in the most expensive bikini and put it on my wall.
That's straight as hell.
And my mom came in and went, I can get you like an actual picture if you want. And I
If your
was
mom's like, I'll get you a picture of pussy and tits if you want. And you're like,
no, I want her in the most expensive
this
bra.
bikini was $1.5 million.
Just one photo.
That's straight.
I was supporting.
I'd say, God, I love my straight fucking son.
I always wanted to support my girl Heidi,
I love that.
the worm. That was the only time I ever supported journalism on the red carpet. when
Yeah.
she was. Well, I feel really good.
Unless you're going to be like,
Why didn't someone come as a worm? The garden.
that's his garden.
That would have been great.
Yeah. Missed opportunity.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into our Met Gala.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm Carey,
I'm Lara.
and you're listening to
Sexy,
Unique.
unique, squeeze.
Squeeze Valley of the Dolls.
Valley of the Dolls.
So we start off on the Valley, and we're in a post-date night, Los Angeles.
Brittany
Brittany's
has
on-
never said date night more in the entire breadth of the show. I'm like convinced that the producers heard us doing date night, and then
They might have.
they literally edited in Brittany saying, well, Date night didn't go as expected.
Well, also, they kind of fooled us with, like, I thought this was going to be the end of their marriage. And then
They're doing a long tease.
Yeah, they come in and then they're like, back to normal, back at the house. Like, I thought it was going to be like we were going to see the, like, Jax coming back in at the Mondrian. But no, it's the day after.
You thought it was going to be, like...
a marriage story.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany's talking to her mom, Sherry, and she goes, so Jax and I finally had our date night. And Sherry goes, how did it go?
Why is Sherry in her car like this?
She's pulled over on the side of the road, the back road.
She's in the back road. Literally, this is the way she FaceTimes.
I saw like the burnt sapphire skies of Kentucky, the back roads. She's sitting there in her little car. And she goes, honestly, I think it's a mistake that you guys would have a kid right now.
No, I think she said it was a mistake to have a bar.
Oh, a bar. Well,
because then it cuts to her talking to Jax and Brittany, and she goes, I just think, like, it is not good for a marriage to have a bar. I don't want him growing up. I want Cruz growing up with a dad and a mom and no bar.
She's right.
She's not wrong.
But look how Lisa's children's turned out.
Max and Pandora.
Yeah. She's like, it's a mess. You should see the bar, Mom. It's a mess. I still can't get over this bar that is like a literal, like, yurt.
Patio.
It's a yurt. It has like a circus tent over it.
Yeah. It's a patio space connected to an already existing restaurant that they're calling Jax's Studio City.
They have a tent over a patio.
Yeah.
They
like stole picnic tables from like the nearby park.
Yeah.
This tent probably cost all in $10K to like erect.
And Jackson put a cent into it.
I love that.
Yeah. Like Schwartz and Sandy's, like you go there and it's like they poured themselves into it. You feel like
they bought the shittiest things their money could buy to do the interior of World Market, aka Schwartz and Sandy's.
You know what I'm saying? They invested so much money into this place, and Jax is like, I'm gonna put a fucking black curtain.
Like, you guys want to put like $2K in a piece? We're gonna just put a tent on this patio. And they're like, yeah.
It's a Burning Man tent.
They're probably like printing money there.
Yeah. It's a laundering. Allegedly. Janet's having a really good idea. She's having an outdoor hibachi dinner.
I want to do this.
Yeah. Janet's fun.
You love Janet.
Kind of. She's like boring, but she's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's limited with what she can really do because she can't go that hard because she has a child to bring into this world. But I kind of like her quiet chase.
Quiet chows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I said chase.
She's bringing a lot of like whisper energy to the table and having a hibachi night. So you really can't fault a woman for having a hibachi night.
She calls Nia and Danny and she's like, you guys are coming over for hibachi. And they go, yay! And she goes, Kristen and I I'm trying to do like a little reset with Kristen and Luke, so they will not be invited. I hope that's just so you guys know.
And then there's like a big animation of everyone calling everyone for like and texting for like hibachi night. And then it gets to like a rendering of Kristen's cursed apartment building. And then like the establishing shot, I shuddered.
You just see the ellipsis going, the bubble, and then it stops. She's in there and Luke has his gecko out, which I'm like, ugh. And he goes, I just love this guy so much. I got to feed him. And then Kristen goes, have you ever eaten his food? And Luke's like, no. He goes, do you want to try it?
She goes, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And she goes, not bad.
It's not bad. It's pretty fucking rock and roll.
That's rock bottom. Being filmed. That's something you do when the cameras are off. Letting yourself be filmed.
That's something I like. You clutch it. How dare you? You do that eat gecko food behind closed doors.
I am. That's to me is rock bottom. Trying gecko food on camera. That's like, do that in the privacy of your own home with no cameras.
Do your sick game.
That's like a thing that you do. Something weird thing you do when you're alone. Not good. Like, trying dog food is one thing.
But gecko food's where you draw the line.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
do.
jelly.
It's I just think it's nasty.
It's not for me, but I also don't know.
You can't judge Kristen
I
for eating gecko food. For eating gecko
I've seen her do worse.
Yeah, I have too, but for some reason this really,
felt really like the
really-
end of the line.
I squeezed my body.
You
went,
said, Doty, damn you. Not the gecko.
not the
food.
gecko. Truly, do anything. Sit on a floor with a bag full of Adderall and like drink a screwdriver.
She's a veggie-holic.
Yeah. But Luke and Kristen are like the odd men out.
I don't like them being iced out.
No.
I would rather, I need like in every other scene, I want like a little window of whatever Luke and Chris are doing. Like how
Like a
some
live
people like
cam.
watch sports and then watch something else. Like I need the live cam of just Luke and Kristen.
Yeah, I would watch just like a Truman Show, like CCTV footage, like just style, like 24-hour. Like Kristen at some point is probably gonna have to do that for like a job, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I could see her just being like, well, let's just go for it and just have like 24-hour Big Brother style mount on their wall and just film them.
Surveillance.
Yeah. Kristen goes where she belongs, a wine bar on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City.
She goes, I fucking love this place.
I saw the CVS I go to when I'm in Studio City.
He said, I know this place all too well.
It's a kind of boutique wine bar, charcuterie eatery. Just grabbing a bite. She goes, oh, what do you guys have today? And the girl tells her, like, we've got something from like Sonoma. And Kristen goes, that sounds really good.
The woman, I was like, I've never even heard of the type of wine that this woman described to her. She was like, we have like a Wittenschnauze in the bargaining.
We have a
Kristen goes, that sounds fucking incredible.
The woman literally suddenly speaks Dutch somehow, and Kristen goes, yeah, that fucking sounds great.
That's fucking great.
That
I'll have
sounds-
one of those. So it sounds delicious.
Actually, that sounds incredible. I'll have that.
I-
And then Jasmine comes in.
Kristen's wine bar energy is like, I'm like, does it matter? You could feed this girl like ethanol.
Yeah.
And she would be like happy as a clam.
She loves
You
the
could
wine
pour-
bar.
Literally rubbing alcohol in a cup and put one splash of yellow food coloring in it and tell her it's
You know what Kristen really belongs? An Elks bar.
What's an Elks bar?
Elks Club? An Elks
It's like
Club?
a veteran club.
Yeah, it's like my grandfather. I went with him once. It's like a bar where like veterans would go to.
She's a
And
veteran.
there's like, I feel like there was like,
I feel like when Kristen gets injured and goes to the hospital, she goes to like the Veterans Memorial Hospital.
yeah.
Like, and they just like accept her there and they treat her. She's literally the only non-veteran at like the old, and like Kristen loves to be like surrounded by like old crusty veterans.
Wait, she's on a new show on Amazon called The Goat, where it's like,
Kristen?
yeah, it's like a bunch of people from reality TV in a house and they're competing and Kristen's on it.
Well, I believe that.
Yeah.
What are they competing for?
I don't know. The best of all.
They're competing for like 15K.
They're competing
It's
for.
like DILF Manor where they're
they're
like the
paying-
grand prize is $10,000.
I really fell off with DILF Manor, but
I know, same.
But
But
it
it was
was-
a moment.
when the twins were gone, I was like, or the one twin was gone, I was like, I can't.
I really believe that Kristen would film like 8 episodes of any reality show for $750.
Kristen should host DILF Manor. But I love Stormy on it.
I like Stormy. I don't want her to take jobs from Stormy.
Stormy getting really genuinely upset.
And storming off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Iconic.
So Jasmine comes in, the only normal person in this fucking show comes in, and she's like, she opens the door and you hear the little bell, and Kristen goes, I fucking love it here. Thank God we're here. Needed this.
She's like, we're literally on the side of the road.
She gets a plate of charcuterie, which I was like, that looks good.
I was jealous of that charcuterie platter.
And they sit down and they start talking, and Jasmine tells Doty that Jax told Jasmine that Doty told him that Michelle was having an emotional affair with a man via text.
But then we find out that Jax actually told Doty on camera about this affair when they sat down at the smokehouse like ages ago.
Did I forget that?
No, they didn't show it to us.
Oh.
So then
The
they're
smoking
trying.
gun.
I know. So then he said it on camera and then was like, are you guys filming this? Damn. Like, don't film this. Like, cut this out. And then texted Doute afterwards and was like, don't tell anybody.
Kristen goes, of course. She goes, they're not going to cut this.
I was also like, Jax, you did this purposefully.
But
I
Jasmine,
hate Kristen being put on the fucking cross.
as Vicky says, nail me to the cross like Jesus Christ. Jasmine says something that no one else in Vanderpump universe in the entire 13 years have ever said. We've said it. Other people have said it.
Mm-hmm.
That Jax and Doute are the same person.
Yeah. I was like, finally, I feel seen.
Finally, someone said it.
Finally.
She goes,
they belong together.
She goes, do you realize that you guys are like the same person? And Doute goes, no, fucking no way.
Absolutely fucking not.
I was like, you both are from Michigan.
They are. You're both crazy. And
when they fucked, I think it was less they were into each other. They were into themselves.
They had to do it.
Yeah.
It was like magnets pulling their genitals together.
But they're like dead ringers. Like they're truly like they're
brother and sister.
Yeah.
They had flowers in the attic, incest sex.
Yeah. And like they don't actually like each other, but they just are like, it's just the way it has to go.
Mm-hmm.
And Jasmine,
it was an eventuality that they were like born, like in the scripture when they were born, it like the scribes foresaw that they would both fuck each other.
It just surprises me that it's taken someone on the show to say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never heard anyone make this.
I don't think on camera no one said that.
Like it's all been about Lala and James being like
twin flames.
I think it's.
But really, it was Kristen and Jax all along.
Yeah.
Poignant.
We get to Janet's hibachi and Janet's and two guys I know that really and like a lot were there.
Mm-hmm.
Simon and Jordy. They're friends.
I don't know
Janet.
them.
They're great.
Oh wait, I know Simon.
Yeah, Simon Curtis. He's great. But they're friends with Janet, and Simon was the one that said Janet heard us say that about her and was laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's just funny to see them.
I know, but I'm like, please don't stop engaging with this podcast.
Yeah.
Because truly the thing is, if you ever end up on one of these shows, you're gonna get roasted on this pod.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules. I'm here to roast.
Lara goes, I don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules. I don't. So it's like you gotta disengage now. Mango, look back at it.
They all take a shot of sake, and then Brittany goes, "Oh."
Brittany takes
goes,
a
I
shot.
don't feel so good.
Literally, as soon as that shot hit her lips, I saw GERD face, and I go, "That GERD's back."
She goes, "Oh." Her face turns white as a sheet,
and she goes, "Oh, I gotta get up." And she goes, "I'll be right back," and then goes.
I'm screaming, the GERD.
The GERD reared its ugly head. She went back and like sat in a back room, and Jax is like, "I'm gonna go check on my wife." And she goes,
bitch
wife. And he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And she's like, "I don't know. Like I took a shot, but that shot wasn't good. Oh, it hurts me.
She goes, I feel like it's in my chest. I feel my chest just beating really." And he goes, "You knew this is your fault. You're the only one to blame for this."
He goes, "It's drinking."
It's drinking. And she goes, "Oh, Jax, I don't want to hear it right now. I just feel nauseous." And he goes, "Well, you should go."
She goes, "Oh, but I don't want Janet to feel bad, but I gotta go because I'm gonna puke." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you fucking knew you shouldn't have drank."
And she goes, "Oh, Jax, it was just one shot of sake." She goes, I didn't know it would be like this from just one shot." And he goes, "Stop drinking. It's that simple. Stop drinking." And he slams the door in her face. He goes, "Bye." He does this weird bye. He goes, "See ya." And she leaves her there. I was like, God, humiliation after humiliation.
I know, but like
GERDed after
an immediate GERD.
After a disastrous date night at the Mondrian.
She can't win.
From Mondrian to sake GERD.
This literally had it all packed in the first 15 minutes. Date night and shots and GERD. But I'm like, I feel for both of them in this situation, but I'm also like, if I was with someone and they got sick like this, if they GERD, if they GERD every time they took a fucking shot, I would be so fucking over it.
Yeah.
I would be.
No,
also,
I get it. She goes,
he
Jax,
said
I had one sake shot. It was my first freaking shot of the night.
He goes, "You knew it. Stop drinking." He said for 10 years it's been like this. That's a long time to put up with someone's GERD. That's a long time to like insist on having shots.
It's a long time to be like, you might want to.
Her esophagus is gonna she's gonna get esophageal cancer.
Not saying you're an alcoholic even. You don't have to say that. Just maybe just don't drink.
But if you're causing that much inflammation, it's really bad.
She goes, "It's my first freaking shot of the night." And he's already out. And she goes,
I'd be over it. Oh man.
And then she walks home and goes, bleh.
She walks home and she's like, every step, just
farting.
Yeah.
Can you imagine walking your dog in Valley Village and then you see this this figure come out of the darkness backlit by a lamppost?
Do you hear it coming?
What? And then
and also
and
burps.
Jax is walking home later in the night and he's just following the GERD. Like a crime scene. He goes, "Stop drinking that."
She must blow up the bathroom.
Is it just throwing up or is it come out of
I don't know.
any GERD heads?
I don't even know if it is GERD.
I don't even know either. A
But
sign from
I
God.
don't what would you rather smell all the time? Puke all the time? Lingering puke smell or lingering poop smell?
I would just kill myself. I don't know. Puke smell really bothers me.
It's so gross.
It's
I think I'd rather
rancid.
smell like farts.
Yeah, I think I would too. Puke just feels puke feels not right.
It's
Farts is
unholy. But I hate smelling other people's farts.
Yeah, me too. But it's I'd rather
I
take.
hate it.
What
if you were just would you rather smell burp smell everywhere?
I'd rather smell burp smell than poop or throw up.
Burp so gross me out so much.
Yeah, bad burp is bad.
Her GERD burps.
I usually I'm pretty I hold things in. But there have been a few times where I've been at a dinner or something, and I burp into my hand or kind of quietly and it smells and I just go, "Oh no."
I hate
That's
it.
a change your identity moment.
It's a move. It's moved to the south of France.
It's moved to Provence. It's moved to Marseille.
Moved to Carcassonne.
Carcassonne. And then Jax comes out, and then that guy Jared Lips
Yeah.
comes in as he's doing a drag persona.
I loved
Sparks,
that.
yeah, to host game night. And Jax goes, "Oh, Brittany's gonna be really sad. She loves game night." I'm like, okay, if there's one thing, Brittany loves date night almost as much as she loves game night.
No, my GERD made me miss game night.
Game night. It's first my date night gets squashed, then my game night gets squashed by GERD.
Now game night's fucked.
Sparks the drag queen, silly.
Tries to stir the pot.
I have to say, some of the men looked a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know what was going through their heads.
Jax loved it.
Jax is a true
Jax
ally
he is
through
a
and
drag
through.
queen. Jax would be friends with Divine.
Jax in drag. Remember when he had a Catherine Zeta-Jones wig?
He was
That was
serving.
ahead of its time.
Sandoval was also serving.
Schwartz was
He was
cursed
Schwartz
as per
was-
usual.
he was serving Sweet Baby Ray from
Schwartz
Fifth
makes
Element.
one of the least attractive.
I look better as a drag queen.
You do.
Yeah. Game night.
I'm not. I was a little uncomfortable about who would you both choose to have a threesome with discourse. For some reason that felt sinister.
Well, that was probably the producers gave Sparks the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ask who in the group would you have a threesome with? Jax says Brittany and him would both. Zach is filling in for Brittany.
They said Jasmine, right?
Yeah, they both said Jasmine.
And then Janet and her husband both said Jasmine.
Yeah.
And then Nia's husband Danny said, "No one, just my wife. I love her so much, Miss USA."
Christian.
And she said, "Good boy."
said my Christian ass isn't gonna.
He
go
said
there.
something to the like alluded to them having like anal play,
Yeah, he said like up to the knuckles.
which
She-
I liked.
She milks.
She milks up.
Mhm.
Doty taught her well.
Yeah.
Doty gave her the milking course
Yeah.
PDF. And
They
like,
ask how long.
I like Janet turning to Jesse or whoever the fuck her
Jason.
husband's name is and going, God, I wish I could get a knuckle in there to him.
All these women are like
They're
fisting
desperate to
their
milk.
husbands.
Once Doty told them the powers of milking,
Yeah.
once they read Doty's manifesto, a PDF that you can download for $19.99 on thepowerofmilking.com, they said, I gotta
We
get a
should
knuckle in.
Parlay this into like a course.
She really should. Sell while you sleep, girl.
They ask, "Do you remember your second date?" And Jesse doesn't remember.
Because they just fucked and got pregnant, I think.
Michelle was like, "No, we went to the farmer's market." I was like, "Sounds fun."
God, their relationship is so dark.
It's curse.
It's like they didn't understand that they could just like ghost each other and have an
Yeah.
abortion.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
This is the power of,
This is the power of
and now they're not gonna be able to because it's been overturned.
I know they lived in the good old days when you could literally just stop texting someone and then go have an abortion and then move on with your life.
Those days are numbered now.
Yeah.
Jesse or Nia says 7 minutes is their maximum fuck time, and Danny goes, "What? I said 15 to 20."
I was just like, damn.
And then Jax said that Michelle said that take this pause out. I'm trying to think. She says 2 minutes with Jesse, and he said
22 seconds.
22 seconds. I was like,
I like them trolling each other. He's a bit biting back now, and I like it.
they said, "Have you fucked in public?" Jax goes, "Yet Times Square." I went, "Oh
my
God. Talk about Fear City, 1978. Holy shit.
Where in Times Square did
I
they
have
fuck?
no idea. I'm like, God, wow. They're raunchy. I bet he was like, "Take your shoes off." Dirty.
They
up
walked
those-
around all day in hot August New York when Brittany wore like Keds with no socks. And then they like, where on earth in Times Square? I'm shaken to the core by Times Square just in general, but to know that Jax and Brittany could be having like rabbit sex anywhere, like in the vicinity of Times Square.
I mean, that's happening, but like just crazy to know that like Jax.
Where?
I'm sure people are doing it. Times Square is like,
Do you think she wore like they sat on like the steps or like don't they have like bleachers in the middle of
yeah.
the, do you think he sat there and she was wearing a dress and he was like, just sit on my lap for a bit? Ugh.
In front of like a tourist, like
In front of like a child.
Danish family, like
Mhm.
touring. I have no idea. That's raunchy. That's why Jax, he's like having all these like acid flashbacks of like fucking in Times
That's
Square.
really like
And he's like, "Oh, I can never look at her the same."
he's
He's having shame.
he's haunted by his like degrading sexual acts.
Piggery. Just own it. If you're gonna be a pig, own it. Don't have shame. Don't shame
I
your
want
wife.
like a movie about like the depraved sexual acts that Jax and Brittany have done.
That's like Maxine.
They're truly like Event Horizon.
Times Square fucking is wild.
Yeah.
That is crazy to me.
I was like, damn.
Everyone else is lame. Except Jackson or Danny and I said they fucked on the roof the night before.
I think they get down.
Yeah. And then Janet and Jason were like, the couch. I was like, okay.
God.
And then Michelle puts a leash on Jesse and walks him around the AstroTurf. I was like, you guys you hate each other. Stop.
Yeah, just divorce. Just sign the paperwork.
The next day, Zach and Kristen head to a hilltop house in Universal City. Kristen's friend is hosting her relaunch, her second relaunch of James Mae.
James Mae. And she's like releasing like a line of sleeveless shirts that says like Valley Crew.
She's launched this 3 times now.
She loves this show is about people's urge to host a bazaar, an open air market. Kristen's sad that she's like, she misses like the Mondrian market and she's trying to head out on her own.
Those houses though, and on that hill and like Universal are so like that view is insane.
Yeah. Kristen loves like an open air trade. She goes, you feel your gypsy. Like nothing gets her in like gypsy mode. Like fucking hanging, like putting rugs on the ground and like having shirts hanging.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
She goes putting just like baskets out.
Yeah. Tell me lies.
And she needs like a lute playing in the background. She goes, you feel your gypsy.
That one line is her. Bangles. Zach is helping her. Is he invested in this somehow?
I don't know.
Or is he just really like codependent with? He's sweet.
I think he's codependent.
He's a sweet guy.
He is with that hair. My God.
I know, but he really like he actually like does all the work for Kristen and was like figuring out like the logistics of James Mae, everything, and Kristen's like, yeah, that sounds good. Like, oh, you need Al-Anon for Kristen.
Kristen just wants like one moment while the wind's like softly blowing her t-shirts and the baskets are on the ground. She's like barefoot to just go, hey, you see your gypsy.
He's like, look, Kristen, every time she's tried to relaunch, like none of her friends support her. And then we cut to Katie being like, well, she put like a fucking inspirational quote on a t-shirt and call it a day. I'm like, Katie,
You've done nothing. You've literally done nothing except slice some bread.
Why don't you talk to me when you've opened Saw?
Yeah.
Kristen's like, and Zach's like, I want to be there for her. Like, I just want to like, I want her to know that she has people in her corner. Jesse is packing for a spiritual retreat.
He's been advised by a life coach to do psilocybin and ayahuasca.
His like bull life coach who like fucks. Maybe that's the man that she's been texting.
I would live for that.
He's sexy.
He's hot.
And Michelle's basically like, he's like, for all I know, it could just be like an orgy there.
And she's like, okay.
She's like, I don't think one night doing plant medicine is going to make you like a better husband or father, but go off, King.
He goes, what's your goal for me, like, out of this? And she goes, to change your entire personality. And I was like,
oh, they're brutal.
That was real. And then he was like, she doms him in such an incredible way.
She does. He thinks he's like
so smart, but actually she just like shuts him the fuck down. I could watch hours of that.
I know. Brittany and Jasmine are heading to a self-defense class that Nia's teaching. And Doty's like, she's like, I don't have time for all this bullshit from Doty. I got GERD. And she's like freaking out about throwing up and that Jax is upset with her and blah, 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 blah.
And so Nia teaches them how to like resist if someone tries to abduct them and like push them into a van.
Well, first they go to the Roosevelt Hotel, which is where I was like, oh.
Roosevelt, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah. And they're basically like on like a back walkway, like in the back area of behind the pool.
I don't know. I was darked out.
Kristen's invited, but Michelle and Janet, because of that, bail like 2 minutes before. Nia's kind of upset about that. I was like, Janet is pregnant. Like, what's she gonna like?
You're gonna like toss her, do a flip, toss her, throw her to the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nia's like brace one leg and like push against. Like I was like, whoever tries to kidnap Doty is gonna throw her back immediately. And same with Britt.
I know.
You think you want to miss?
Brittany at one point is demonstrating with Doty, and she climbs on top of Doty and puts her hands around her neck and starts choking her.
Doty kind of likes it.
Yeah, but that's what Brittany really wants to do to Jax.
Yeah. I'll bet there's like one moment where Doty just like looks in her eyes and is like,
she like this. Then they kind of like drink their water, and Danny's like, gotta go back to the kids, and then goes home and like fingers himself.
And he's like, thank you guys so much for coming. And Doty's like, sorry you had to fucking invite me. No one else could come.
She goes, this is just crazy. Like, it's crazy that, like, I'm in this position. She goes, I'm the peacemaker of the group. And Brittany goes, well, you haven't been that recently.
I am
was
obsessed
like, really?
with Kristen's, the way she
narrative?
regards herself as
Mhm.
like the peacemaker. She's like, you see, you gypsy. And like everyone else does not experience her that way in the slightest. And none of her actions are of the actions of a peacemaker.
This is crazy to me that I'm like the one that's always like bringing everyone together and like keeping everyone like positive.
I
was
like love it when people get along.
like, really, Kristen? You flew a woman out from Miami
To confront another woman on camera of a show. You told a manager that was your boss to suck a dick while you like ripped cigs in front of her.
The big night of the James Mae launch is happening, and
The
Doute-
gusty winds are like blowing her shirts down the side of a cliff.
Zach, everything is set up as nice as it can. We'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
Doute immediately, I think she's hungover. She immediately sits down on the patio and just like has a cocktail in her hand, and she's like, "Yeah, I just need a minute." And Zach's like, "Cool. We have to get going. Like, we have to make sure like everything's gonna stay in place because it's windy. Remind everyone that these aren't for sale. They're just samples." Which I'm like, "Oh my god, you don't even have anything that anyone can buy."
No, she's just giving it away, hoping that like people wear it.
And
Mm.
Zach's like, well, we also need to make a restroom sign so people know. And she goes, oh, we'll just tell them where to go. Like, we don't need a sign.
It's not like there's like 100 people. They'll know where to
Just
go.
friends and family, it's just people I trust. And Zach's like, that's okay.
She goes, oh, I'll be right back. I have to change clothes, like put on makeup. And she comes back wearing just like underwear and a tutu.
And Zach goes, you look amazing. And she goes, thanks. And they hug.
I was like, you're really supportive. He's a supportive gay.
Yeah.
He was like, I have to take a shower because I'm covered in sweat.
Yeah. Then Brittany and Jax arrive with Cruz. And Janet has invited everyone in the group except Kristen and Luke again to go on her baby moon.
In Big Bear.
Big Bear.
Also, Zach advised Kristen when she asked how to like make peace with
Yeah.
Michelle and Janet, like how to get back in their good graces. He was like, you need to invite them to the James Mae launch and let them decline the invitation, but the gesture of inviting them is important. And she goes, yeah, totally, fucking rock and roll. And then he goes, so did you invite them? And she goes, fuck no.
Yeah, the peacemaker.
Yeah,
The peacemaker.
classic peacemaker move.
She goes,
Someone who's all just 100% about peace.
she goes, no fucking way. Why would I invite those fucking bitches here?
And he's like,
Like, great. Brittany comes in and well, first, okay. So first, Jax and Brittany are sitting on their counter getting ready for James Mae, and in the confessional, they start talking about the baby moon. In the confessional, Brittany goes, "Jax told me about the trip to Big Bear, and I'm so freaking excited."
she goes, I can't have a fucking date night. Then I'm going to join someone else's date night.
I'm doing a big date night. And Brittany and Jax sit down at the kitchen island, and like Jax is like going through like binders for work. And Brittany's like, this Kristen thing is really bumming me out. Like, I love her, but she's causing so much drama, and I feel like I'm in the middle, and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like you and I are being put in this position because like she's been our friend for so long. And Jax is on his phone, and Brittany goes, you gotta pay attention to me. And then she takes his phone away, and he goes, what? I'm doing work. And she goes, I see you're on Instagram. I see the grid.
She goes, get off your phone. My gosh. I see the grid.
I see the grid. And he goes, I'm doing work. And she goes, what are you doing that's any more than I'm doing? And he's like, I'm working so hard. I have a bar to open. And she's like, bitch, you're not doing shit.
Yeah, you like send texts.
You're
you
on
have like
Instagram?
a text job.
You're DMing people on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I see the grid.
I
And
was
she
like,
goes, okay, go take Cruz to go shower.
just get him out of here.
Get him out of my sight, both of you. And then,
Poor Brittany.
I know,
Poor beleaguered Brittany.
at Doty's party, I thought it was a fake tattooist. There's an actual tattoo artist.
She's like, fuck yeah, like get a fucking tattoo. She probably spent like $500 on this like tattoo artist.
I'm dying at someone like, oh, cool, I'll get like a temporary, and then they realize at the end, Kristen goes, "Fuck yeah, you're hardcore." And she's like,
Now you're tatted. James Mae for life.
"What?" And she goes, "That's a fucking permanent tat."
Imagine like getting a tattoo at the third James Mae launch event.
In someone's backyard in Universal City.
Like getting like a heart.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun. I'll get it on my neck. It'll come off tomorrow. Mommy, get one on your neck. Okay. Ooh, this is
Oh, that hurts.
that hurt. And then Kristen goes, "Fucking hardcore, bitch."
And the tattoo is just like James Mae in like a swirl. It's like you don't even get a choice. It's just like James Mae.
She goes, "We're fucking banger sisters, bitch."
Kristen at the party like gathers everyone. She goes, "I just want to fucking like thank everyone for coming to this party, especially the kids." And I was like, "What?"
She goes, "They didn't have to be there and they came." And it's just like, you guys are so fucking awesome for that. Thank you so much. You could be doing anything right now. You could be on the playground. You could be at home watching Bluey, but you're fucking here to support James Mae. Fuck yeah.
Special shout out to the kids who came today. You guys are the fucking rock stars. I was like,
What?
what the fuck are you talking?
Luke is like that. Luke's like dreaming about his milish. And then Brittany and Jax arrive with Cruz, who's so cute.
He is cute.
And Brittany goes up to Zach and she goes, "Hey, we gotta go talk over there." And she goes, "So I just want to let you know, Janet's having a baby moon." And then you see Zach's face like drop, and she goes, "And apparently it's couples only going.
So you're not invited.
You're not invited."
That was mean.
I know. I was like, Brittany, that was shitty.
Yeah, just because he's gay, single
Yeah.
and gay, you're not gonna let him come.
He goes, "Oh, so I'm not invited." And she goes, "Well, you're not in a relationship, so she just wants couples there." I was like, that is straight hell.
That is
This is it. This is not even gonna say it.
where you have to be coupled up to someone else in order to come to the function.
But as a gay, it makes it even more like intense.
Yeah,
Rude.
very rude.
Kristen finds out about the baby moon. Of course, she's not invited.
Jax goes, "And you're not invited." Zach cries.
I know.
That's sad.
It is sad.
That's gay trauma.
It is.
It is.
It's like not being invited to like the girls' sleepover, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What?
It's upsetting.
Why not me?"
Can't you just let him come?
No.
No. Thank you so much to the kids.
Thank you to the kids.
First and foremost, a huge thank you to the kids. You guys are fucking rock stars.
Cruz, you're my fucking god. You're my fucking rock god, Cruz. I fucking love you.
Bro, you're fucking ridiculous, and I love it.
Dude, I fucking love your energy. Have a shot on me.
Thank you for coming today. You're a
Yeah.
fucking real one.
That baby over there, don't know you yet, but I can't wait to get to know you more.
You're fucking so awesome. Thank you
Bro.
for coming out. Bro.
She was up to like a girl.
She goes, "I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for being here for me on my special day." The girl's like, "Mama?"
Bro.
Special thank you to the kids. I'm like, you're immediately 5150.
Dodie needs to crash Big Bear. Like in the night.
Do you think she will?
Yeah. I think in the night, like Blair Witch
She should
style.
drive up there. She
Yeah.
should drive into their Airbnb.
Yeah. Fucking party's here.
She should go astronaut diaper style, crash into the Airbnb. Go, fuck
Luke's
yeah.
like,
Any kids here? Good. I'm taking over. It's Dodie hour. And like push play on a portable speaker.
Luke
and it
goes-
goes, "You see what?"
Luke goes, "You don't need to wear a diaper. It's only an hour and a half." And she goes, "Fuck you. We don't know what's going to happen."
You never know. Traffic. He goes, "It's summer." She goes, even more so. He goes, "What?" She goes, "Fuck yeah, rock and roll, get in." She goes,
She goes, "That's hardcore living right there. That's fucking rock and roll." And he goes, "Oh my God, it smells like shit in here." And she goes, "That's it."
she goes, "You ain't seen nothing yet." She just like needs to hold Luke hostage and like shit in a diaper while she drives like a bat out of hell to Big Bear. She just like was feeling the urge to strap on a fucking diaper and like
And shit up a storm in Luke's truck.
he goes, "Kristen, like, can you pull over?" She goes, "What'd you say?" He goes, "I said, can you?" Fuck yeah.
She goes, "What'd you say? I couldn't hear you." She goes, what?
She goes, God, it feels good to be free.
She goes, hand me that monster back there. He's like, I think
No. She goes, Red Bull now.
and she goes, and it just magically goes. She goes, see your gypsy, man.
To gypsies.
To gypsies everywhere, man.
To gypsy life, she says.
To that gypsy life.
And she turns on the volume. She goes, you see your gypsy. And she's like,
Driving 100 miles an hour on like a curve. I've been in cars with people like this. Driving, like partying or something.
driving terrorists. Yeah.
Like you're like all fucked up when the person's driving. And,
That's me in high school. I would get a case of beer and drink and drive at the same time. I'd be like, let's go fucking drive around and get drunk at the same time that we're driving.
You were so
Fuck yeah.
James Mae.
I was fucking in my James Mae shit.
Let's shout out our James Mae rock heads.
Let's shout out the ones who truly rock. Rock the
and roll.
fucking house.
Rock the house down.
Fucking Alex Delisle.
Alex Delisle.
Pia from Australia.
Pia from Australia.
Fucking makeup fucking fresh.
Makeup fresh.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Fucking Rachel and goddamn fucking
Rachel
Dublin. Sophie from fucking Cleveland.
From fucking Cleveland.
Emily fucking Vaughn.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza from
Mia
Rancho.
Sapienza.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Especially Sarah
Yeah.
Elizabeth from fucking Boston.
Sarah Elizabeth.
Lucy from fucking London.
Lucy, we love London.
Brooke Johansson.
Brooke Johansson.
Rachel fucking Knight.
Brakel fucking Knight.
Brittany Ryan fucking Weiss.
Brittany Ryan Weiss.
Danielle McFucking Millen.
McMillan.
Fucking Bridget Wasowski.
Fucking.
Lady Swampbutch gives no fucks.
Fucking.
Fucking Jessica
Fucking
Hernandez.
Jessica.
Malzatov.
Malzatov.
Mary.
Mary.
Mike Earhart.
Mike Earhart.
Fucking Sharon Baum.
Fucking Sharon Baum.
Fucking
Realtor, bro.
Realtor. Timothy Shield.
Timothy Shale.
Rogue Stanley.
Rogue Stanley.
Matthew fucking Thomas.
Matthew Thomas.
Owsley goddamn fucking Robinson.
Robinson.
Cheeseburger Bay.
Cheeseburger Babe.
Krista. Mariah Cake from fucking SLC.
SLC.
Kathy West.
Kathy Veast.
Fucking Kit Moore.
Kit Moore.
Hillary from fucking Chicago.
Fucking Chicago.
Orlando. Patron of the fucking
Patron of the
farts.
fucking
David
farts.
from fucking Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Fucking Nick Sedaris.
Nick Sedaris.
Emily.
Kim
Lucas.
fucking Lucas.
Jenny fucking Hogan.
R
fucking J.
RJ. Jeffrey fucking
Jeffrey fucking Pradama. God damn.
God damn, we love you all. Thanks so much for being here.
All right, bye.